You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. So many different players, league personnel, so many people have been just commenting, remarking. One of the folks who played with him and has a ring for it is John Salley. And John Salley joins us right now. You hear John laughing there. John, what was it like putting on the purple and gold with Kobe Bryant sitting across from you in the locker room?
Well, let me say, Roland, everybody called me today, and I said no. And then I got a text, and I said yes to being on your show. I love everything you do. I watch you daily.
Appreciate
Just want to
it,
make
brother.
sure I did that.
I appreciate it.
The funny thing is, me being a Piston, first, that means I hate everybody else in the league. So putting on that yellow jersey, you know, they don't have white. They play in yellow. And my brother goes, how does it feel having that yellow all on your back? You're a yellow back now, because that's what we used to say. They're cowards. It was sticky, but it felt great. And I was the first to wear 16. I got to be with Kobe when he was 21. We talked about everything before in the league. He watched tons of tape to the point where the tape he was watching was VHS. They would bring a VHS, set it up in his room, and he would watch players from the past. And he would take something from all of them, as we would say, from all of the masters, and became a grandmaster. He was an unbelievable person, and he said he did everything young. And in the amount of time, 41 years, he got so much done.
The thing that we were talking about this earlier, and all these people have their own thoughts based on what they heard and understand about Kobe as a person, being moody, challenging other players, not wanting to listen to coaches, things along those lines. You were in that locker room with him. What you saw up close, what made him him? What was it?
It was his desire not to be the next Michael Jordan, but be the first Kobe Bryant. I literally said that to him. I said, so you're going to be the next MJ? He goes, no, I'm going to be the first Kobe. I said, so what do you want? He said, I want to be the greatest player to ever play in the NBA. That was his answer at 20. And arguably, which I have gotten in tons of trouble on ESPN about when I was saying Michael wasn't the greatest player ever. I said, because, time is still going. Great entertainer, great time. Kobe just expounded on everything MJ was doing. He may have laid the path, but Kobe was a trailblazer as well. From his shoes to his commercials to his court case, to literally, he showed you how to be humiliated in front of everybody, how to do something that put you in a crazy position. He was vindicated, thank God. But then he just kept going on being great in his sport and let all the rest of it fall where it may. Like, have your idea about him, what you may have, but he was a human being human. And he was a great one. And I'm telling you, when you just talk about the basketball, I played him one-on-one every day. Now I'm 36 at the time. I'm tired as hell after practice. But he stayed there. He got up early. He was in the gym. I'll tell you this one story. When we were in Miami, he just turned 21, so he goes to the club with me. He never gone out because he wasn't 21. We in Miami, so I don't need to say anymore. And to the point where Roland was serious. Girls were like, "That's Kobe Bryant," and the bathroom was crushed. Really, it was just for the mirror. And as they were coming at him, he deflected them. He was like, "Sal, I got to go back to the hotel." I said, "It's 12 o'clock." No. It starts at 12. He goes, "No, I got to train in the morning." I said, "We don't have practice until 12. He goes, no, my trainer's flying in. And he flew his trainer into every city on away game. And they trained 6 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock.
Wow.
That, and I would tell people, I said, this stuff that y'all wouldn't know, that he was definitely an outlier. when you put more than 20,000 hours into making him the best he could possibly be. He was in that thought process, challenging players. Let me tell you, if you show up to work and the work counts on everybody doing their job, and you get to work and you thinking about something else, something you left in the room, something you got to do tomorrow, it's going to make you pay attention to those 48 minutes. Think about how many times he had to take a private jet to a plane, play in a game, and then go right back to dealing with not being put in jail forever. Focus. The best focus ever.
Got three folks here, Roy Johnson, Etan Thomas, as well as Kevin Merida. Etan, you got a question, John Salley?
Well, you know,
they all owe me money, too.
You know, I like to hear former players tell personal stories about Kobe, you know, pretty much to negate a lot of the negative stories that I've been seeing. We talked about this earlier, and that really irked me that people would use this time to talk negatively about someone that just passed. But could you share a personal story that you've had with him, this that people don't know, another one that is a heartwarming story, that why he is such a special friend off the court, you know, outside of basketball?
All right, so I went to the studio with him. Some people didn't think he could rap. I thought he could rap. I went to the studio. He could play basketball. He could rap. Kid did it all. And, you know, I'm in this unbelievable fraternity, probably the best fraternity on the planet, Omega Psi Phi Incorporated.
You done lost your damn mind. You know that's a little youth group. If you ain't an alpha, you an imposter. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You can tell by the greatness. But listen, and his brother-in-law was an Omega too. And as a brother said, there's a word we use in Omega. It's called discretion. And I was like, word, he taught you something. That's good. And so
Omegas have discretion? Shocking. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And he pointed, and he was pointing at Vanessa. And I said, well, hey, he goes, yeah, it's my girl. I go, what? When you got time? He goes, yeah, man, you know. He said, that's it. I'm going to marry this girl, man. This is it. I said, man, come on. You just turned in 21. Don't give up your 20s. Take it from somebody who's been married 26 years. Keep your 20s. He was like, nah, that's my wife right there. She's going to have my kids. We're going to have an unbelievable family. He said, yeah, that's the one. At 21, he knew this. This kid would literally come in, and I asked him, I said, why'd you go pro? Why didn't you go to Duke? Why didn't you do any of that stuff? He was like, I wanted to play against Michael. I heard he was retiring. I wasn't going to have a complete career unless I played against the guy I looked up to. Which was funny because he looked up to his father. Everybody needs to know that. Jelly Bean was his hero. Michael Jordan, he emulated his moves behind, but his tenaciousness and his way of playing is like his father, Jelly Bean, who was a great pro. He just didn't get as many chances because he was playing behind or next to Dr. J.
Roy Johnson, question for John Salley.
John, how you doing? As you know, back in probably when Isaiah Thomas said that people don't appreciate how hard athletes work to be great. He said that sometimes people think that he became. You talked about Kobe's work ethic. Back in your early years, eating habits were not great in the NBA. I was on the road with a lot of players, and they would take their meal money and go right to the fast food place. Can you give us some insight into some of the non-workout things that Kobe did to continue to make himself great? And did you ever see him fall off from that as his career, I know you weren't playing, but as his career continued, did he set that standard in terms of fitness that somebody like, say, a Tiger Woods set in golf?
Yeah, I would say when we would go to TGI Fridays, and I was a vegetarian, and now I eat a plant-based vegan diet. Roland, I know you hear me, but anyway, I would literally say, I watched him build his muscles and his shoulders. I watched him literally, he got some tattoos too, which was weird for me because he was so, again, doing what everybody else is doing, but he wound up, his wife wound up giving him some flavor. He wound up getting a chef. He wound up realizing food was direct correlation to how you were going to perform, what you were going to put inside your race car. Me getting to him, trying to get people not to eat steak and fish and all that. I said, you can't have something dead in your body and call that a healthy lifestyle. He obviously was doing it to the best of his ability. That's the best way I'm going to look at it because, every day we're all trying, right? So I would say him eating, knowing, and he was regimented. I mean, I remember when he first was talking about the helicopter, it was for convenience so he can be more of a family man. It wasn't so he can ball out. He had to trade and he had to be a father and husband. And he couldn't do that with traffic in between. So the guy thought literally of the easiest way he can be accessible and true to himself at the same time.
Kevin Merida.
Hey, John, this is Kevin Meredith, Undefeated. You played, certainly with the Pistons, and that was its own iconic team, and as you mentioned, the Lakers. And so you had some different models of leadership on teams. And what was the model of Kobe as a leader at the Lakers when you were there? would you describe that?
Well, the difference is Kobe was quiet when I was there. Ron Harper came in. Shaquille was, just a born leader. Kobe was quiet and to himself, but his leadership came through his basketball. He realized he would talk to Tex Winter, who is the creator of the triangle offense, or I would say the one, I'm going to say creator. And he would literally see where his spots were to score. He realized what it did for Michael within the system. Within that triangle system, it looked like Michael was getting the ball all the time. No, Michael was just in the position of scoring one-on-one all the time. And no one's going to be able to guard you one-on-one, not when you're that talented. So I would say his leadership was, we knew Kobe was the man, and he didn't have to say it. He put his headphones on, listen to music. He didn't play cards that much. He was quiet to himself. I would just go sit with him, talk to him, just to get in his head. And remember, he was only 20 years old. Yeah. After they won their second, third championship, after Shaq was traded, Kobe then had to take on the leadership, and he knew it took being on top of somebody. Bill Laimbeer, when I was on the Pistons, was like that. And it seemed like he was always pressing me. And he would say, because I know you got talent. And that's the way Kobe was. He knew these guys had talent. He knew what he could do, but he wasn't going to be great till everybody around him. He made everybody around him better, if not better than they thought they could be. And that proved in 2010.
John Salley, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining us. Next time I'm in L.A.,
Anytime.
We'll go for some ribs.
That's right. Got some vegan ribs. I got a perfect place for you.
I appreciate it, Doc.
Man.
Thanks a lot.
And tell the rest of those guys, especially Undefeated, cash at me.
That was for you, Kevin Merida.
I got it.
That's right, Kevin.
All right, John, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.